Okie dokie. And I'm going to go to Google Classroom here, and we're going to take care of this. All right, guys. I'm going to be posting this recording on Google Classroom. When I post it, I'll probably post it right here on the stream, and I will also post it in classwork after it's all uploaded and everything like that. All right, there's a little note right here from me talking about what you needed to do today. So I'm going to expect you to go to Google Classroom and read that because I'll be talking to you about these things already. And then right here, we have, oh, no. Oh, stop. Here we go. Okay. We're going to try to do a Google Meet every day. If I don't get to Google Meet with you, I will record one from another class and make sure that I post it each day so that you know what you're doing. Also, anytime that you have questions or whatever, you can absolutely feel free to email me or to shoot me a message through Google Classroom, whatever, and I will get back to you as quick as I can so that we can keep moving on with math and stuff like that. We've already done Google Meets in the classroom, so you guys know how to watch the screen. The only difference is just physically I won't be there, but that's okay. We're going to get through this. All right. Right here on today's work, we talked about the note. We talked about doing Google Meets. Still have your daily agenda. The things that you need to take care of today are this Delta Math Assignment 5 on proportional relationships. You need to finish that assignment. You have some videos in there to watch, but you do need to finish that assignment. We're going to go over this ratios workbook in just a minute, but these two reflections right here, this attitude and broken, those are both late. They're already late. The best grade you can make on them is a 70, but a 70 is better than a 0, so please turn it in. And this butterfly reflection, it is absolutely current, so that you guys can definitely go ahead and take care of that. What's going on? Everything okay in the classroom? Okay. All right. I just heard some noise.
It's the 8th graders.
Oh, okay. They're going back from lunch. Okay. No worries. All right. So let's go back to classwork here. This ratios workbook 1. This is a review of the things that we've been doing on ratios and things like that, and getting into proportions. Remember, we talked about ratios being things that compared two numbers, and then proportions are when you have two ratios that are equal to each other. There's a chart over there on the wall by where Braden sits. All right, so you can take a look at that chart, and that'll help you out. All right, so I'm going to click on this. You begin with Google. You use your school email address. I've already been in this a couple of times, so it's got information on there already. Make sure in the name section, make sure you type your name in there. Now, this is a review of ratios. It starts all the way back with pictures and then finding the unit rate. That's what we were doing yesterday whenever I told you to find your rate for 1 and what was your one thing that you were trying to find. So that's where we were talking about unit rate. Keep in mind, oh, what did that do? It put the same answer in all of these? Never mind. Okay, y'all don't need to put your, yeah, okay. Let me undo what I did here. Sorry, guys, hang on. Let me hang that up. Okay, here we go. It says, what is the ratio of green squares to total squares? Now, notice it didn't say green to pink. It said green to total. Well, how many green ones do you have here? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So you got 6 of those. And then how many total squares are there? Well, you had 6 and you got 2 more, so that's 8, right? So green to the total number would be 6 to 8. All right. Take a look at this one over here. The ratio of gray to violet. This time they're asking you about the colors. Well, how many gray ones do we have there, guys? How many gray ones? Come on, somebody tell me.
3.
3. Okay. How many violet ones do we have?
5.
5. There you go. So 3 to 5. All right. So that's how you take care of these questions there. And down here at the bottom, that's just multiple choice, you're still going to figure out what the ratio is, and you're going to click on whichever one it is. Now, finding the unit rate. Remember we talked about yesterday, what is the one in the question that you're looking for? Well, on this one right here, it says if there are 6 cans in 2 cases, they want to know how many cans there are per case or one case. So if you have 6 cans in 2 cases, how many cans do you have in one?
3.
3. There you go. That's all you're doing on these. You're finding the unit rate and you're typing that number in. And down here, you're just going to pick whichever answer tells you the correct rate. All right. This part right here on equivalent ratios, this is what's really super important that you understand. What you've got to do is you've got to tell me, are these two ratios the same? For example, let me go to one that we haven't answered yet. Okay. You have 4/5 and 20 25ths. Is there a number that you could multiply by 4 and also multiply the number by 5 and get 20 over 25?
5.
5. So 4 times 5 is 20, and 5 times 5 is 25. So are these two ratios equivalent? Did you multiply them both by the same thing?
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, you did. Remember? What number did you say you could multiply by both of them?
5.
5. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. So are these ratios equivalent?
Yes.
Yes, there you go. They are the same because you can multiply them both by 5, both the top by 5 and the bottom by 5, and get those same numbers there. So you're just going to click yes. Okay, let's look at this one right here. It says 1/5 and 4/20. Okay, what do you multiply 1 by to get 4?
4.
All right, so you multiplied that by 4. If you multiply 5 by 4, would you get 20?
Yeah.
You would. So are these two ratios equivalent?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's take a look at this one over here. You've got 4/5 and 12 over 20. What would you multiply by 4 to get 12?
3.
3. 4 times 3 is 12, right? All right. So if we said 5 times 3, what's that?
15.
So does it equal this 20?
No.
No. So are these ratios equivalent?
No.
No, they are not. Very good. All right. The same thing here applies, except what you're doing here is you actually have to set up the ratios. You're going to have to say 3 feet every 4 days or 3 over 4, and then 9 feet every 12 days or 9 over 12. So you've got to decide if 3 over 4 equals 9 over 12. Now, you can figure it out by seeing what you would take. What would you multiply by 3 to get that 9 that's going to be on top?
3.
3. So 3 times 3 is 9. All right, and then you have your 4 days. If you multiply 4 times 3, what do you get?
12.
12. So you have your 12 days here. So does that mean that these two ratios are going to be equivalent?
Yes.
Yes, because 3 times 3 is 9 and 4 times 3 is 12, right? So you could choose yes for that one. You're probably going to want to get a sheet of paper to do these on. All right, down here. And this is the question that you are looking to answer. If you'll look at that chart in the room, over there in the far corner by the file cabinet and all that kind of stuff, it tells you that ratios compare two numbers, and that proportions are two equivalent ratios. So how are you going to know if these ratios down here form a proportion? What has to be true about them? What needs to be true about 1/2 and 2/6 in order to make this a proportion?
They have to be
They have to be what?
equal.
They have to be equal. Good. Okay, so our, let's find one down here that we haven't done yet. Okay, here. So we have 1/4 and 2/12. What do you multiply by 1 to get 2?
2.
2. And 4 times 2 is what?
8.
Does that equal 12?
No.
No. So does this make a proportion?
No.
No. Why not?
Because they're not equivalent.
They're not equal. Good. All right. How about this one over here? You've got 1/3 and 3/9. What do you multiply times 1 to get 3?
3.
3 times 3 is what?
9.
9. So are these two equivalent?
Yes.
Does that make them a proportion?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. All right. You guys got this. And then you have a few more questions like that to answer where you're going to have to set them up yourselves. Now, before I leave this sheet, are there any questions about it?
No.
No. You feel like you can handle that? Yes? Can you do it? Yes. Okay. If you don't finish it at one time, you can click Save for later. If you are completely done with it, you click I'm done. All right. So I'm going to leave that. And we're going back here. So you know what to do on that ratios worksheet. You know that you need to finish this assignment 5. Your Friday work, I have not posted it yet. So before you leave school today, you're going to have to look at that. If for some reason I don't post anything, just check it by looking at Google Classroom tomorrow. You can easily access it from your phone. Okay? Now I'm going to go back here. All right. Before I take off from here, do you guys have any questions at all? So anything you don't understand? Something you need to know? Because I'm sure if you have questions, other people have questions too. And since I'm going to post this video, I'm sure your question will help them. Nope. Everybody feels pretty good about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I need to stop recording. Stop recording. There we go.